welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, for those of you new here, and thank you so much for watching. In today's video is a long-awaited speed reviews. I have been testing a ton of different products, lots of makeup. I took advantage of the Sephora VIB sale, of course, Black Friday deals. I feel like I have my well-rounded thoughts on these products, and so I figured I'd share with you my experience with them. Yeah, if you're new to speed reviews, it's just a quick, supposed to be quick, overview of my thoughts and opinions on the different products. And if you love these products and I necessarily don't, or vice versa, totally fine. Beauty and makeup is such a personal preference, and everybody's different. So let me know down below if you tried any of these products and what your experience was. Did it match mine or was it completely different? I would love to know. Also, I think it just helps everybody out to get different opinions and thoughts on different products. So with that being said, this is supposed to be a speed reviews, so I've got to go through it quickly. Hit the like button if you enjoy speed reviews, and let's go ahead and get started. I got a lot to go through, so don't need to ramble. I do have a ton of makeup, so I'm going to save that for last. I'm going to start with body/skincare. Well, the first thing is this Native body wash in Cashmere Rain. I have tried Native products before. I've used their deodorants, I've used their lotions. I've never tried their body wash, and Native is known for sulfate-free, paraben-free, dye-free, phthalate-free. I know they tend to sponsor a ton of videos. This video is not sponsored by any of the companies or products that I'm mentioning. They don't know who I am, so these are my honest, true thoughts. I bought these products with my own money, so just wanted to keep that in mind. Cashmere and Rain scent smells very fresh and very cozy to me. This almost smells like fresh, clean laundry. That's the best way to describe it, honestly. I don't think it's very overpowering, and I know Native has a ton of scents, and I wanted to just try something a little different. And when I first smelled it, I was like, this smells just so relaxing and nice and fresh, and so that's why I wanted to give it a try. In terms of the actual formula, I feel like it does its job. I feel really clean, and it's is it something to completely write home about? No. But I like the fact that there's no parabens, it's dye-free, it's sulfate-free, and phthalate-free. And I love Native because they're very, as you can see on the back, they're very transparent on the ingredients and what they're for. And that's why I really like them as well. And yeah, I feel like it does its job, and I know what I'm putting on my body. So there's that as well. I don't know if this beats out the Frenchie one that I tried. I've found myself kind of missing this, or missing that. So I may go back to the Frenchie lavender body wash after I use this one up, but I don't think this one's a bad product. Is it my favorite? No. But is it bad? No. All right, on to some skincare. This one was kind of disappointing because I thought there would be more to it. This is the Selfless by Hyram Centella and Green Tea Daily Gel Cleanser. And this is powered by the Inky List. You can kind of see here. And I did get this, I think I just grabbed this because I was in need of a cleanser. And I've kind of heard mixed reviews. I have seen some videos from Hyram. He is a fellow YouTuber, and he focuses mostly on skincare. I'm pretty sure you've heard of him. And this is his skincare line. So you can use this day or night. And the first thing is, when I first opened this, trying not to make a mess, this bottle cap completely broke. Completely. What is going on? Okay. This bottle cap completely broke off. Oh, shoot. That's what I wanted to avoid. Then when I was trying to get the safety thing off, the safety cap to keep the product sealed and from going everywhere and getting wasted in like shipping and being in the store, nothing would come out and the product wouldn't come out like really at all. So I think either this is just a bad one or just this packaging isn't very good. And so I have to physically take the entire thing off in order for me to use it, which is like kind of frustrating sometimes, and because it gets a lot of water. As you can see, it gets a lot of water in it, and granted, in the shower it's fine, like it's not that big a deal, but it's just something I wanted to note. Now, in terms of like the actual product and formula, it's fine. It does its job, it cleans my face, but it's fine. Like, I don't know if I would rather have this than the CeraVe hydrating cleanser or the Neutrogena one that I've loved for a while. It doesn't beat out those. And like I said, it's fine. And my husband uses it as well. And he told me, he's like, it's fine. Like, granted, he's not overly opinionated about that stuff, but he even said, he's like, it's kind of annoying that he has to take the thing off in order to use the product when it had the, it's a squeezy tube and had the cap, and sometimes the cap falls off when we're trying. It's one of those things. The actual overall experience is kind of frustrating just because the packaging broke, but the actual formula itself, it's fine. It does its job. It cleans my face. Now, does it like completely remove makeup without me using like a cleansing balm or cleansing oil? No, I would have to definitely double cleanse with that. It's just, like I said, it's fine. I don't see myself repurchasing it. I mean, and nothing against like him at all. Like, it's a daily gel cleanser, so I don't expect it to be like totally crazy. But also at the same time, I don't know. It just doesn't beat everything out. I mean, I know I sound kind of like weird because it is what it is. I mean, have you had that experience with his packaging? Also, have you tried this? Like, did you completely love it? Like, the scent is fine. And again, my face did get cleaned, but I don't know. It doesn't beat out some of my other cleansers that I love. So I'm just going to use that one up and then, go repurchase another one. A different one that I like the CeraVe hydrating one, and there's a Neutrogena one, I think, as well. The next thing I have is a mini of the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. I got this as a point perk in the Sephora VIB sale. This is just a exfoliator. What you do is, after you've washed your face, you put about like a teaspoon or half a teaspoon into your hands, put a little water on it, creates like an exfoliant paste, and you put it all over your face to exfoliate. Now, I was surprised that this said to use it daily, so I started out using it every other day because in the wintertime I do have a little bit more dry skin, so I try to be wary of that because I don't want to irritate my skin. And so I did it every other day, and I found that this works really, really well. Like, I understand now why so many people love it. I know I'm like way late to the game on this one, but I just haven't really thought of getting a specific like exfoliant for my face. For my body, yes, but not necessarily for my face because I have like liquid exfoliants and that seems to do the job. But since adding this, I feel like my skin texture is way better, and it really took it to the next level. So I think that once I've used this little one up, I would spring for the full size. And again, I'm going to continue with doing it every other day, and I feel like that seems to work without really irritating my skin. So definitely I really, really like this. And so it's on the list of possibly repurchasing for sure. All right, last skincare product is the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. This I got the mini version of. I did grab this at Target. I was like in between. I just finished some other cleansing oils and balms, and so I was out and I saw this and I was like, you know what, I'm going to try it. Now, this The instructions say to put 5 pumps of this into your hand to start cleansing your face. And as you can see, I've used about half of it. I was surprised by that, so I started with that. And this smells like you are straight up putting cooking oil on your face. And it kind of has like that texture. I don't know if you can kind of see it. And obviously the color, it doesn't help. But yeah, this seems like I'm straight up putting cooking oil on my face. So that's a little weird. Now, does it take my makeup off? Absolutely. And does it irritate my skin? No, it doesn't. It does its job. Now, no matter what, I always go in with something like this, and then I go with like the daily gel cleanser. It's just to get like the residue of this off, and then if anything was missed, I found my skin doesn't break out as easily, and my skin texture is a lot better when I do the 2 steps. Now I get it's an extra step, but ever since I started using specifically like cleansing balms or cleansing oils or makeup remover specific things, my skin has gotten a lot better. So I'm really, really happy with that. I'm really surprised that when I first used it, I was like taken aback by the smell, but it works great. And I've tried only doing like 1 pump. It's definitely not enough. And so it really depends on how much makeup you're wearing. Like if you're doing a full face, you got layers and layers, definitely do the 5 pumps. But if you maybe have a little bit more like no makeup kind of a deal, I would say you can use like 1 or 2. Again, it just depends on how much you're wearing. And yeah, I really like this. This is the travel size, and I do have some other balms and oils I need to go through, but I think I'll hold on to this bottle and possibly repurchase this in the future. I think it did a great job, and it was at Target, so I really, really like this and would recommend you trying it out. Also, I'm not sure if I mentioned this. I will have everything linked down below. All right, so that was all the body and skincare I've been recently testing and for the most part enjoying. Now on to the big O list, and that is the makeup. Now I'm pretty much wearing almost everything on my face right now that I will be talking about. I will have clips inserted of me applying it so you can see how it looks really, really up close. And yeah, so I'm going to go in the order that I applied to everything. So to start off, we have the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. Now I have the original putty primer, and this is its liquid version. I've been using this for a while, and I really like it. Do I think it's as blurring and pore filling as the original? I don't think so. However, this is a lot lighter. But when I do put it on, it doesn't feel like maybe as heavy as the other one. Now, granted, I'm comfortable wearing the original, totally fine, especially applying it with their putty primer brush. It really smooths out my skin, and then on top of it, I like to drag it down to where my smile lines are, and I'll also bring it up to where my under eyes are and help kind of smooth the fine lines that are in my eye area. I am 30 years old, so I do have some wrinkles under there, and it kind of helps with creasing throughout the day. Now, granted, my under eyes are gonna crease. Granted, they don't look so bad right now, but especially in my smile lines area, it helps to smooth things out. Now, for me, I think the formula, and if I really want something really, really smooth, I'd rather go for the original. Now, convenience with travel and just use, where I can just squirt this right onto the putty applicator, I would go with this one. So it just really depends on just what I'm feeling. I think both are great and both have their pros and cons, but overall, I really enjoy this, and I do reach for this a ton. All right, so I have 2 foundations, and we'll start with the one I'm wearing, and that is the Fenty Beauty Ease Drop Blur and Smooth Tint Stick. and that is this one right here. This one was recently released. I have been wearing this nonstop, surprisingly. I didn't think so. This is the first foundation stick I'm actually using, and this is in the shade 7. As you can see, I've been kind of using quite a bit, and I love the convenience of it. I think the shade is almost perfect for me. Oops, I need to put that thing on. Yeah, it comes with the little cap thing, and I really recommend keeping that to help keep the stick fresh. And I've been really enjoying this. I feel like it's so convenient. I can just draw it on and blend it out, and yeah, and I'm good to go. I have noticed that you definitely need a stiffer brush. I typically like to use the e.l.f. buffing foundation brush for my foundation, but I have been using the BH Cosmetics No. 3 brush because it's a stiffer brush, and I feel like it blends a lot better. The other thing too is, for the most part, this can work with any primer, so it looks great on its own. It's one of those formulas that warms up to your skin, and at first I was like, oh no, like this is too much and it seems very matte. Granted, this does leave very matte, but I feel like it's more like a natural matte, if that makes sense. So I'm not a big matte person, but I feel like this is the type of matte I like, where it still looks like skin, but it's a little bit more blurred and a little bit more perfected. Now, I have used the e.l.f. Halo Glow underneath this, and it works really well. I've used nothing underneath it. Again, it warms up to your skin, and it's magical. I feel like it really smooths out my skin, but I don't feel like I have like a ton of foundation just on my face, which is really nice. I feel like, again, my skin feels smooth, and it works great. I have been reaching for this nonstop. Very convenient in the stick form. Again, draw it on, buff it out, you're good to go. You don't have to squeeze anything. You don't have to pump anything. So kind of kicking myself for not trying out foundation sticks sooner, because this is great. All right, the other foundation that I recently added to my collection is the Sephora Best Skin Ever Perfect Natural Finish Longwear Foundation. I have this in the shade 17N. I have mixed feelings about this foundation. It honestly, I think the shade is like a touch off, so there's that. But I feel like this comes off really heavy. I also think this one might be better with a sponge. Now, I don't have sponges. I'm not really a sponge girl. I like applying my makeup with brushes. So that was a little disappointing. I've noticed that it's really finicky on what's underneath the foundation. The one thing I have found that I really like is combining it with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. And I've also combined it with my Revlon Illuminance foundation, and it works really well. It's just, I think it's either too matte, or I have to be really careful. Like, I have to make sure my skincare is blended, or my skincare is settled in. I have to make sure I'm not really using like a primer minus like 1 or 2 on its own. I have to really work it in there, which is really frustrating. And I agree, it is a natural finish, but I don't feel like my skin is like perfected. I sometimes see like the brush strokes. I have to really pat things in. Now, once it's settled and like the brush strokes are gone, that part's a little frustrating for me. Also, the powders, I have to be really specific on which powders I use with this. So for ease of use, it seems like unless you have the perfect combination already in your collection, you would have to really work out to make this one work, which is surprising. I've heard really good things about this one, so it's possible that I just have to maybe just get a sponge and use a sponge with it. But that's kind of frustrating because like I said, I prefer applying my makeup with brushes. And so, yeah, I don't hate it, but I only like it when I have the right combo. So there's that one. Whew. All right, on to a new product that I've never tried before. And I saw this on e.l.f.'s website when I needed to place an order, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And this is the e.l.f. Putter? Oh my goodness. This is the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener. And this is, I believe, yeah, this is in the shade Light Medium. And this is their potted under eye corrector. As you can see, I have been using it a ton. And I love this thing. I was curious about it because, as a lot of you may know, unless you are new here, I am currently pregnant with twins. They are due in the spring. And I've been wanting to get products for ease of use that I can put myself together, put together a quick makeup look. And this is definitely in my arsenal. It does such a good job of blanking out my dark circles on my under eyes. I've also put it on my upper lip for the hyperpigmentation that I have, and it works amazing. I haven't really found a concealer in my collection that this doesn't work with, so that's great. I have used it obviously underneath concealer like today. I've also tried it on its own, like when I just need to, like I just had a rough night and it's like, it looks like I got 2 black eyes. So I am, before I go out the door, I want to kind of tone that down a little bit. And I've worn it on its own. It's been great. It works well under powder. It works well under concealers. It's just great. Now, it's a typical putty formula from e.l.f. And it's got, yeah, it works great. I just apply it with my concealer brush. And it's nothing but good things about it. When next time my mom visits, I want her to try this because I think she'll really like it, because she wants to be ready and no fuss. Putting my makeup on is like my time to take a deep breath, and I can pray during that time. I can have like my own space and like quiet pretty much. And for her, she just would rather get dressed, put on some makeup, and be out the door. Where for me, it's more of my time away. It's more of like my break in the day, where she just wants to put it on and go. And I think she will really like this. And so I definitely want her to try it. It's really good if you haven't tried it before. And I was worried that it's like, it would take, it's an extra step, so it would take a lot longer. But really, it doesn't. It blends really quickly. It doesn't take that long. So I would really recommend trying this one out. All right, I did get some new concealers. The first one is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer in the shade 13N. This is a mini I picked up from the Sephora sale, and I really like it. And the shade is a little off, so if I want to do more brightening effect, I do like to use this one. This one doesn't love the color corrector as much as like some of my other ones, but I can make it work. I have also found with this one, on me, if you don't powder it, it really doesn't crease, or at least, I shouldn't say that because all the concealers I have crease on me. This one doesn't crease as much. So I do agree that is a creaseless concealer. Do I like it? I would say it crease space less. It doesn't crease as much as some of the other concealers I have. So it's one of those things, if I really want to get out the door, I can put just this on, save a couple of steps, don't need to powder it, and it stays all day. It's one of those that self-sets, and throughout the day I can just pat, if I don't have powder or anything on it, I can just pat it with my finger, and it kind of revamps itself. So is it a great concealer? I think it's really handy. But do I fully think it's creaseless? No. It's definitely a little bit more on the matte side. It's kind of like the Makeup Revolution one, but this one definitely handles creasing a lot better than that one. But I treat it kind of the same way, where I don't set it, and I also don't let it sit on my eye as long. I've noticed that as well, because I typically like to put my concealer on, do my brows, and let it kind of set a little bit, and then I blend it out. This one works okay with that, but I think it works better when you just immediately blend it in. Then my other concealer is one I know a lot of people have talked about. It's the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer, and I have it in the shade N3. It's the one I'm wearing today. This one, this one I would do my trick of put this on and then do my brows and then blend it out, and it would just crease immediately. And it was like, what the heck is going on? So what I have found is you blend this out right away and then you can see the magic of it. I really like the tone of this. I think it's a good shade match for me. Again, I'm wearing it today. I don't expect concealers to not crease on me. This one definitely does, and it is actually currently creasing right now, but it's not horrible. I do like the more hydrating finish of it. My under eyes don't look crepey. It works well with the color corrector. It's a really nice concealer. I can understand the hype. I don't think that it's, like I said, it creases on me. I haven't figured out like why and how to kind of fix that, but I think it's just one of those things. It is what it is. I do really like it. I do think that this one does need to be set or else it creases way more. The other thing is I've noticed that only certain powders of mine work really well. Like the e.l.f. Halo Glow works really well with this one. I've also tried it with the NYX mineral powder that I've had, and it works really well. The Kosas one, not so much, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. So it's one of those that it just really depends on the powder. I also have tried it where without powder, and again, it's just one of those concealers that I believe really needs to be set. But I think it's a great concealer, and I think you get a ton of product of it. So this is going to last me a very long time, especially I've been using it nonstop, and I don't even think I've made a dent in it, to be honest. I think it's a really great concealer, and I understand the hype. I just want to be honest and let you know that it still creases on me. So keep that in mind. All right, on to cream bronzer. I do have one, and that is the Ulta Beauty Oh My Glow Cream Bronzer, and that is in the shade Mocha. I've had this for a while. I just haven't had a chance to really talk about it and review it. This one, I've noticed, is a little bit different formula than their blushes, and it's one that you really need to warm up. I drew it on today, but a lot of times I really need to like just go in with a brush and then apply it. The other thing is it's not as easy to blend as the blushes, which I've noticed is definitely a lot stiffer, and it takes me a long time to get there. Do I think it's a bad tone? No, I think it works really well for my skin tone, and as you can see, it really helps sculpt my face, but it's not my favorite, and it's kind of disappointing because I really like their blushes, and so I thought it'd be really similar formula to that, but with this one, I think it's just way too stiff, and you really have to work at it, and sometimes, depending on the foundation I'm wearing, it does pick up the foundation as I'm trying to blend this out, so not a favorite of mine. I mean, I feel like I have other cream bronzers that I like better than this one, so that's my thoughts on that one. All right. Cream blush. Boy, did we try a lot of cream blushes. All right, I'm going to save the one that I have on for last, kind of switch it up a little bit. Let's start with the About Face Cheek Freak blushes. I have two here. I have one in Raunchy and one in Smash. These I think are great, and I have this more peachy shade, an orangey shade, which I think is really pretty. I really like it. It's so smoothing on the skin. This is the Smash one. It's like a, it's like an orangey burgundy kind of, well, not orangey. It's more of like a reddish burgundy color. These are so smoothing on the skin, so creamy. I really like these, and I had to hold back on buying more shades of these because I just think they're great. I think the packaging is really cool. I really am liking About Face products. It's really interesting. I have a couple more that I'll talk about here, but again, really smoothing. You can put them on with a brush, you can put them on with your fingers, and it looks, again, so smooth on the skin, and the color is just amazing. It's really pigmented, and it pulls through a ton of powder, so I don't even feel like I need to layer. Sometimes I do, just because that's just a habit of mine, but I really like those blushes. Okay, on to this mini I got. This is the Rare Beauty liquid blush, and this is in the shade Hope. This packs a punch. Holy cow. It's like I know for sure I won't need the full size. Like, this packs a punch, and it's a really pretty everyday pink color. But yeah, I tried it where I put like 2 or 3 dots, and boy, was that way too much. I thought maybe since it's a mini, not a lot of product gets picked up, but wow, this stuff is pigmented. It'll take me forever to go through this mini. I love the tone. I think it's great. I've noticed it doesn't last a long time, which I thought was kind of interesting with how pigmented or how opaque it is. But yeah, it was really surprising that it didn't last that much on me. So I was really surprised by that. I'm wondering if maybe there's a combo. I tried a bunch of different combos and it just didn't seem to really last on me. But it's a beautiful color and it works well with my skin tone, especially if I'm leaning into the pink a little more. But again, I think this is a great everyday color. So wow, I'm glad I got the mini, because otherwise I think if I got a full size, it would expire before I could even finish it up. All right, next one is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek stick. And this is in the shade Work. Again, another everyday kind of shade. I think these are the full size now. I think before these were the minis. And it's a really pretty like pinky color. I don't know if you can kind of see it. It's focused. Yeah. This one I was kind of surprised because when I tried to draw it on, it definitely picked up a ton. I haven't tried it on my lips because I have a lot of lip products. I don't think I need to put my cheek products on my lips. That's just me. I really like the shade of this. I love the small packaging of it. I think that this is a great like everyday. It reminds me a lot of the Between the Sheets ColourPop Super Shock. Like color wise, it reminds me a lot of that one. So I really like this. I find myself definitely reaching for it for like just a simple everyday. Like if I don't have even any foundation on, if I'm just doing concealer, I can draw this on. It works well that way as long as there's no foundation underneath, or I can go in with a brush, and it does. This one I find lasts a lot longer than the Rare Beauty one, which I found kind of interesting. So yeah, really like this formula. I do want to try their bronzer, but I'm also trying to be good and not buy more blush or bronzer because I feel like I have plenty right now. I really enjoyed this shade. All right, on to the formula that I'm wearing today, and that is the Merit Beauty Flush Bombs, and then I'm wearing actually the shade Fox. I got 3 of them in a little like gift set on the Sephora VIB sale, and this is in the shade Fox. This is what I'm wearing today. They also have Beverly Hills, which is a lot like the Milk Makeup one, a little more pink, and then Rouge is just a straight up red, which I have not tried, but I've tried the Beverly Hills and the Fox one. I love these. I've been reaching for these a ton. I love the color of these. Like especially this Fox one, it's got a brownie tone. This is the one I'm wearing. And then the Beverly Hills is, again, great everyday nude one. I really like these. Apply it with a brush and it just, again, looks so smooth on the skin and has a ton of color, and it lasts all day. Like between the two, I think I've been reaching for the Merit one over the Milk. So that says something. I think the packaging is really cute. Makes me want to try more Merit products. I've heard a lot of good things. Well, some people I've heard of like don't really like a lot of their products, and some I've heard like love Merit products. I definitely want to try more Merit products out. I love these. I use these all the time. I think I have a feeling my mom's going to want to steal one of these because I think she's going to like the convenience of just drawing on or just going with a brush real quick and going in. These are fantastic, and yeah, if you haven't tried them, and I honestly don't even think you need the full size. I think the minis just work great. Like it's a ton of product still, and yeah, so love those. Okay, that's all my blushes actually. For powder, I have a mini of the Kosas Cloud Set powder, and this is in Comfy. This is another one I grabbed at the Sephora VIB sale, and here's the shade. You can also see it in the try on clip. I am kicking myself that I did not buy this sooner because this is an amazing powder. Very smoothing. Like my skin looks so smooth. but it still looks like skin. Like, it's amazing. It's not too matte, and I'm like looking in the mirror and like I've been wearing this makeup for I want to say at least 4 or 5 minutes, and it sets in my makeup really good, and it brings a little bit life back to my face, which is unusual for powders. I really like this stuff, and I know once I use this mini up, I'm gonna buy the full size. It's amazing. Again, kicking myself. Oh, my mic just died. So I am honestly kicking myself for not getting this sooner. Like, it's amazing. And Kosas is another brand that I want to try more products from. All right, on to eyes. Let's start with About Face. And I have their shadow stick in Pearly. I'm not wearing this today, but I have worn this in some other videos and some Get Ready With Me's. Their shadow sticks are so pretty, and it has a ton of punch to it. Here's it swatched. It's a really pretty cool tone color, and it's really smooth. You can blend it out or you can draw it on. It worked well with, here's it kind of blended out so you can sheer it out. And it worked well with powdered shadows. It worked well with other creams. Like, their About Face's shadow stick formula is amazing. I was trying to see, and I think I talked about this in another video. I think it was a Get Ready With Me. I think I was trying like a purple look. I was trying to see if the e.l.f. shadow sticks were like a dupe. And honestly, I think the About Face formula is like a touch better, because as you can see, I was able to blend this out really quickly, but if you let it like sit and just not mess with it, you can still work with it to get it smooth, but the punch will still be there. And their colors are really, really pretty. Again, About Face is a brand I'm loving and want to try more products of. I do have like their liquid matte shadows, and then I have their shadow sticks, and of course their blushes, and I've loved every single product that I've tried from them. So really like this. I've used this a ton, actually, surprisingly, because I'm not necessarily a cool tone girl. Like, I'll go straight up blue if I'm gonna go cool tone, but other than that, I like more warm tones in my makeup. But I've been reaching for this a ton, and I'm really enjoying it. All right, this was my splurge item for the Sephora VIB sale, and this is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. Now, neutral palette, I know. Did I need another neutral palette? Probably not, but I really wanted to try this. I loved the tones of the shadows in here, and the shimmers look great. I love the fact that if I'm going on vacation, I can just take this and I would be able to do an everyday look, or, you know, create a night look. Now, the mattes I feel like are beautiful. They blend really easily. When I tested this out, I was surprised that like my crease was blended out in 2 seconds. I was really surprised by that. I'm disappointed with the shimmers. It could be the fact that they're just lighter, but I thought there'd just be more opacity to them. I didn't think they'd be really sheer. It's one of those that I think if I want like a bold look, I'll really have to put a bolder shadow on underneath and then the shimmers on top. Do I think it's fine and great for every day? Absolutely. Am I mad with the makeup looks that I've made with them? No. But to me, the match are these shining stars in this palette over the shimmers. Now, it could be me, I don't know, because I've seen some people create looks with them with the shimmers, and they're beautiful and they're bold. So I don't know if I just need to layer it more. I've tried that and it does help. I just don't. I just thought there would be more of a punch to it, and I feel like for $69, the shimmer should be punchy. However, I feel like the direction, and I kind of talked about this in my testing video when I tried this out for the first time, I think he was trying to go for an everyday palette that you can reach into, make it day to night, you know, by adding some of the darker shades or adding the shimmers if you just went for an all matte look. Yeah, I think that was his goal, at least in my opinion and based off of my experience with it. Beautiful palette. Don't regret purchasing it at all because the mattes are chef's kiss in my opinion. I can create some really cool neutral looks based off of just mixing the warm tones and the cool tones, and yeah, I'm really happy with this palette. I just wish the shimmers had a little more punch, that's all. Okay, we are just making our way through. Now, all right, on to mascaras. Now, the first one is a mini of the Tower 28 Making Waves mascara, and I have it in, I think it's the blackest one, yeah. I've been testing this out for a while. I feel like this one is like actually about to be used up because I've been wearing it a ton. It's the one I'm wearing today, and this does some good stuff for your lashes, honestly. Now, with mascaras, I say this all the time, I have really long lashes and I have a lot of them, so it's really hard for a mascara to not look good. So just keep that in mind. I think this really it really lengthened my lashes. It definitely gave some color and it made my lashes beautiful. I was not upset with how my lashes turned out. One thing to note though, I do notice that if I'm being very active, this does tend to flake. So just keep that in mind. I coach soccer and I'm outside a lot. And before I was pregnant, or before I was on before I had to be done playing, I would play soccer and sometimes I would have my makeup on as I'm playing, and I need my mascara to not smudge or flake. It needs to last all day, you know? And this one has its days where it does flake and smudge. Not so bad that I'd be like, you know what, I'm never touching this again. I think this is a great mascara, and I do think once I go through some of my other mascaras, I would repurchase this one. And I would repurchase it in the chocolate brown color that they have now, because I do like wearing brown as on my lashes. Yeah, it's a really great mascara. And I'm kind of kicking myself because it's like a $24 mascara, and I usually like my drugstore ones, but it is really a great mascara and worth the hype. The other one is the CoverGirl Cleantopia Lash Blast Mascara. This is like their clean version of, you know, mascara. Yeah, and this is an extreme black. So this one has like plant-based ingredients, and I was really excited about it because I'm like, ooh, that'd be great. You know, I'm not putting as many chemicals on my body, and you know, wanted to try it out. And of course the bottle is a really cool color and has a really cool print on it. And this one has a massive one, like it is bigger than my eye. Like it's huge. This one makes my lashes look beautiful. I love how much volume comes from this mascara. I love the length. It's beautiful. However, it flakes and it smudges. Went out to breakfast with Lauren one day and we were sitting outside and it was a nice sunny day or whatever. And I know this isn't waterproof. I didn't get the waterproof version. I think I will have to if I want to get this mascara again. After I was done and like went in my car and took my sunglasses off, I had smudge marks all underneath my eyes. I was like, no. So if you have that problem, especially if you have like watery eyes, you have to get the waterproof version of this one, unfortunately. But that was disappointing. But it does make my lashes look beautiful. It's just, it sucks that it smudges. So now on to lips. I have the $2 e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner, and this is in the shade Truth or Bare. It's the one I am wearing today. I also have another shade, I'll link them down below. And the other shade I have is Spill the Tea, which is like a brown color. And for $2, these things are amazing. It is creamy. They stay all day. It's amazing. I haven't been able to put these down. Like these stay on my desk. And again, really smooth, really creamy. Again, matte, stays all day. Like for $2, like this is amazing. This is, jeez, like I was so happy. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it out. It's a new product from e.l.f. and I do like wood pencils, so you know, I was like, you know, for $2, if it moves or whatever. Now, is it like transfer proof? No. Like you can see on my water bottle that there's, you know, transfer. That also could be the lipstick, but I've been sipping my water the whole time and you can still see the lip liner. Like it's not going away. Again, lasts all day. If you haven't got your hands on these, go get your hands on these, especially if you need lip liners. Shade Truth or Bare, great everyday lip. The shade Spill the Tea, really cool brown color. And you can throw on a nudie lipstick and you can get a really cool, like cool tone nude color. Those are amazing. I am so glad I purchased those. Those, like I said, I've been using those nonstop. Again, $2. You really can't go wrong. All right, I got 2 lip oils as my last 2 products. The first one is the Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil, and this is in Cherry Lime. This one I've had for a while. It has a really big, get this to stand up, really big applicator, kind of like I think it's the Dior one. This one has a strong cherry scent, and it's a great lip oil, really smoothing on my lips, not goopy. It has a little bit of a red tint, so it does add some color to my lips when I just want to wear it by if I want to wear it by itself without like a lip liner. Works great with a lip liner, works great over lipsticks. I didn't want to wear them today because I just liked, when I was doing my makeup, I liked how the matte lip looked. And I did a reel where I'm comparing it to the next lip oil I'm going to talk about. I really like this. I think it's, again, really smoothing on my lips, really hydrating, and the hydration lasts a very long time, which I was surprised. And I like the color. The scent is like the thing that kind of like took, I was a little shocked by because I didn't think it'd be that bold. But again, cherry lime, like I should have expected it. But I think these are great. I know they have some more like nude color, more brown tones that they've added. And so I may pick up one of those. And I know they added a mauve-y color, which I'm definitely interested in. So I really like this formula. The color is great as well. So these I really like. The other one is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil, and I got it in the shade Red Delicious. Yeah, I got it in the shade Red Delicious. Now, this one has a peppermint scent, but it's not plumping. So, wanted to point that out there. Also, I was surprised at how red this color is in the tube. It barely pulls up. Like, I could put this on right now and it won't affect the color. Like, it barely pulls through. So I think this is like one of the formulas where it's just a touch and you can get any color you can get any shade and you'll be able to wear it on numerous skin tones and also just numerous lip colors underneath. You can wear it with or without a lip liner. Again, kind of the same as like the Milani one. As you can see, you can maybe kind of pull up. Milani one's a little darker, but it's hard for me to pick because both of them do a really good job of, smoothing out, hydrating my lips. I think this one is a little bit more smoothing and it has that minty shade. I think this one's great too. Like, I don't think if you had needed to get, like, if you were shopping and like one of them was sold out, like the other isn't bad, like it's really hard for me to choose, and you'll have to let me know down below which one you like better because like I think both are great. I think this one might be a little bit more hydrating, like the hydration lasts a little bit longer, but I think they're both great. Again, both drugstore, so pretty affordable pricing. I do think if you're wanting more color, I would say go with the Milani one over the e.l.f. But yeah, both of these are really good and really hydrating, especially in these dry winters. Definitely need it. Whew, we have made it to the end. So that is everything that I have been recently testing and loving. I'm trying to get this off. That's the other thing with that about face. It does not come off. So that is everything that I have been testing out and my thoughts on those. Let me know down below if you've tried any of these products and what your experience was with them. Also, if there are any products you would like for me to test out and give my thoughts on, let me know down below in the comments as well, because I honestly really love testing makeup. I really enjoy the science of trying different formulas on my skin and, really figuring out what works for me, what doesn't work for me, and, sharing my thoughts with you guys. I think I enjoy watching speed reviews for that reason, and I also love filming them because I think they're really helpful, especially if you have a bigger collection and you have some, you have some formulas you like and you're wanting to kind of experiment and go out of the box, like I really enjoy doing this, and I hope you see that. And yeah, I overall, there's not really products I hate, and I try to make things, any product I try to make work. So like I said, I really enjoy doing this, and I do plan on continuing doing this, and it just, this is so much fun. I'm really happy with what I have added to my collection, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the next one. Honestly, this one's way overdue, so hopefully I will get to one sooner, and that way it is not as quite as long video. So if you have stayed all the way to the end, comment the snowflake emoji. I loving this holiday time. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you are new here and join a little family that's growing here on YouTube, and also follow me on Instagram. It is at From Hem to Stem. And I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season and Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.